putting you in an institution.
Lord of the Rings and Gollum, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
She's
great.
gone. Anyway, wish you all the well. As you say, discard the weight.
Jesus.
I was quiet up till that point.
And welcome to an episode of Twat. Two Wongs and a White. Three guys just chewing the cud, talking about what goes on in the world and making no absolute sense at all, but we're just chatting and as you do, you'll either like it or you don't. Either way, let us know.
And subscribe and follow us and listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and all other platforms.
And we're not involved in any form of commercialism at all.
None.
Except ads.
Don't skip the ads. All right.
I forgot the magic juice. So keep talking,
it's
guys.
It's late in the day. It's late in the day.
It's late in the day. It is.
So we are
As
about
I
to
said,
take
guys, it's always third or fourth episode, and we record on our Wednesdays or Tuesdays. You're going to enjoy it.
and we're about to take our honorary tequila shot.
Honorary tequila shot.
Tequilas.
Don't spill it, please. Thank you very much. Oh,
Don't
you spilled
talk.
it. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Whenever someone says "don't" to me, it's some inbuilt thing.
Yeah.
I could be holding a razor to my wrist. Don't cut yourself. Oh, bastards.
All right, so
Here we go.
cheers, everyone. If you're joining us for the podcast, cheers to you too.
Cheers,
Take
folks.
a
Cheers.
shot.
Drank it.
Woohoo!
I was on the edge, so I just drank it immediately.
Do it. Now, this is an open topic episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
What are we
open
gonna?
topic.
So feel free. This is more like this is a group therapy session.
He's struggling. He's struggling,
I
Mike.
thought you were struggling with the sausage then. It's,
The taste was particularly
harsh.
E?
It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious.
Totally.
My God,
I
it's
did not
obnoxious.
like it.
Anyways,
What are we doing?
So how are your lives? Let's talk about life in general. Like everyone's lives are different, and some people have struggles, some people have highs and lows and all that. So let's just talk about that because everyone's lives are different, and you know, let's do that. So who wants to start?
dead silence.
Hello, my name's Sean. And
What are you here for, Sean?
I'm here because I have to be after this fucking recording.
Because we're in your house.
Yeah,
We just barged in.
I'd rather be laying down watching Family Guy, but no. I have to say that I'm at a stage in life where life is remarkably well. I'm happy with stuff, and not to
Good
say
to
that,
hear, my guy.
and not to say that I don't have problems. Like I have a failing mother who is not well in hospice. I have family members that are not doing well. I have my own health issues, but I've got to say that generally and all in all, I am happy, and life is great. I mean, everything that I just mentioned isn't that's normal. To me, that's normal. Things fucking happen in your life. What you make out of it and what you see on the other end, that's all about it. You know, whether you have money, whether you're poor, whether you live in a good place or a bad place, it's all about how you make it. And yes, when you have money and you have a good place, life is better. I get that. But I've been in both sides. So, I'm happy. Life is good. I'm loved, which I wish everyone could be.
It's good to be loved.
It's good to be loved. I have a partner that I would just do anything for. I'd love to see them in the morning, see them at night.
Oh, damn. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I can wake up in the morning.
Good.
Relationship
Life is great.
advice.
Life is great.
Yeah.
No relationship. But you know, funny thing is, I took a 3-year break before this relationship, and 2 years into it took me a year. 2 years, but 2 years into it, I actually began to like myself, and that was the biggest change I had in my life.
Yeah?
Was liking who I was, not needing someone else to complete me. And then when I found someone that did complete, when I found someone I wanted to share that with, that was hot.
Made
That was
it
great.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
So finding that someone, how long did it take you?
The right person?
Yes.
I've been a romantic my entire life.
Really?
Oh man, yeah. I've never been, the stereotypical gay guy that played the scene, did the sleep around and stuff like that. Yeah, I played had fun in, the early 20s and stuff, but always wanted to settle down. I've only ever had long-term relationships. I've had probably 4 relationships, or 5, counting Kevin, and each one has lasted, all bar one, less than 2 years. All the others have been
Jesus.
like 5 years. And Kevin's now been 16 years.
6.
Yeah, got married last year.
Holy
Got
fuck.
married beginning of this year. And this just look, and when you just can sit in a room with someone you don't care.
Yeah.
Even the slopping, the noises, the playing video games, which totally frustrates me when there's TV on. I don't care because you know what? There he is. Life is good. So yeah.
So
life is good.
I'm smiling.
The
like
serotonin hasn't left you yet.
Not at all. Don't think it will.
Dopamine and serotonin, when you fall in love, is right there. But a
It's
lot
the
of
biggest drug in the world.
people fall out of it around 16th month.
Yeah.
So you having found that, that's beautiful.
It's
it is-
expectations
dude,
though.
I'm like smiling left.
I think one of the
it's
last
fucking
episodes
nice.
we spoke, I'll give you the secret to a happy relationship.
Oh yeah, that was the yeah.
Is one, be certain about, no, don't jump into stuff, I guess I could consider myself a latcher, and I had to realize that I not to be one. A fixer, don't be a fixer. Two, accept them. Like, you fell in love with someone, so there's something there. So if they have annoying qualities like they slop their food, I've reached 10,000 steps just by sitting here doing the show. Ding ding. It's easy to get fit.
Just do a podcast.
So no matter do a
Or listen to
podcast,
it.
it burns a lot of energy.
mentally and physically.
No matter you met someone, and if they make you feel good, don't go looking for stuff that makes you feel bad. Ignore that shit. Providing you have the loyalty there, I know that I have a person that whether I'm right or wrong, which I don't fully agree with because I believe when someone's wrong, they're wrong.
They're wrong, yeah.
But I have a partner that whether I'm right or wrong will be there for me. I mean, fuck. What do you want?
But that's true, though.
It's all about ignore the little shit. Really important.
That's
Ignore
one.
the little shit.
Ignore the little shit.
You don't need to communicate all the time. You can sit in the same room for 4 hours a day and say nothing because you just know. You don't. If you need reassurance in a relationship, you're not in a relationship.
Yeah. What do you think about people saying 100% honesty is important for a relationship?
We all have secrets or selves, and we deserve those secrets and or selves. Unless that secret is detrimental to the future relationship,
yeah.
it's no one's fucking business.
Yeah.
We all deserve self.
Yeah.
So whether it's a bad secret or a good secret, providing it hurts no one else, we all deserve self. We all deserve. So that's what makes a partnership. That was another thing. You have to allow to each other be themselves.
Yeah.
Like Kevin's off in another province right now. I don't care what I know that he's not doing anything wrong, but I don't need to know where he is, what he's doing, how he's doing it, who he's doing it with. I know he's on a work trip, and that's all I need to know.
Right.
It's just,
Yeah.
that's it.
Did you ever have a jealousy phase in your beginning of a relationship, or like if you went off with like some friends during the night?
I remember Kevin saying if I wasn't jealous, there's a problem. But I'm like, I've never been jealous of him because I trust him.
Damn.
So how could I be jealous?
But I don't believe that's true because everyone goes through a very minor jealousy phase, even if they don't say it out loud. There is some sort of jealousy. They're like, oh, what are you like? Sometimes you're like, she's texting someone, or he's texting someone. Like,
Why aren't you paying me attention?
like what the fuck?
yeah.
Like, what? Why are you not there?
I get
you know?
jealous of his work sometimes because the business that he does, he's it's a country manager. So he'll be 24/7 working. And sometimes we're in the middle of a conversation and it's like up and out of the room on a phone call. I don't think it's jealousy. I think it's more hurtful.
I see hurtful.
But I
see
understand that this is what gives us what we have.
hurtful, yeah. Right.
This is the deal. It's not deliberate. This is our life.
Right.
And the same thing when I edit for 24 hours.
I don't even get me
I'm
started.
out of the room.
Don't even
He
get me
doesn't see
started.
me.
On
He'll come in.
editing.
Somebody's like, "You finished yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, hun, no, I've got to." So we both have the same. So maybe there's the same leeway thing there, but at the end of the day, we know where the loyalty's like. I can guarantee you that if a phone call came through for Kevin, and I said, "I need you now," that phone would be hung up. That's what I know. I know as a certainty. And if Kevin walked in the room and said, "I need to speak to you now," I would stop editing. That is a certainty, regardless of the deadline. That's a certainty. So
Commitment.
that's commitment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a funny story about the whole jealousy thing at the beginning of the relationship that you mentioned briefly. That has to do something with mine. And my relationship is actually more complicated than people think of because you two met me prior to my beginning of the relationship, the first 6 months. And this whole jealousy thing was a major factor on my end because of the way it started. You know, Hazel and I were club going people. We enjoy going to the clubs that we met in a bar. And then we grew our relationship. That's in the beginning was in a bar because we didn't know how to communicate with each other because obviously I've never dated prior to her. She's my first real long-term relationship. Before her, it was either flirting with girls, going out to drinking, and you know, might get lucky one night, that type of situation, right? So everyone can relate to that, right? And as a 22-year-old in a long-term relationship, it's quite different from the TV shows that kind of, you know, show the relationship and stuff like that. You know, it's a real world. If you meet, and things can go to shit from there. There's a story that I have never actually told outside of my friend group because they were there to experience it. But there's a story that has something to do with this jealousy thing that Tem and you kind of delve on. And it's something that I, thank God, got over. Like a year into the relationship, I was like, fuck it, Kenneth, you're being immature. Grow up and just move on. Our relationship started a few months right after she broke up with she was in a fling. But this guy that she was with was someone I used to go out with myself, like clubbing. He used to be like, hey, dude, you want to go out? I'm in this club. Hey, dude, let's go out. I didn't know anything about the relationship, but there was just one particular night where I found out that they were exes, where her ex-boyfriend came up to me in a club, and I was just drinking. I had Hazel in my hand. You know, I was with her, and he shoved me, right? He pushed me. He's like, why are you with her? Why are you with her? What are you doing? I was just standing there. I was like, and all my friends and all his friends are surrounding us like a semicircle on the dance floor. On a dance floor.
Being in a school group.
Right, where I was dancing with my girl, right, at the time that I was in a new relationship with. And that moment stuck in my head. It's a very quintessential moment in our relationship because it fucked my perception of her for like the longest time.
Why?
Because they were still friends at the end of the day. And you know how hard it is to be friends with your ex, right?
Yeah.
So in my head, from all the experiences I had in the past, being friends with your ex doesn't lead to anything good. So I remember multiple nights where she would be texting him, but it wasn't anything long. It was like they used each other for like they were in the same school, so they were classmates and stuff like that. And they were also like they had similar friend groups. So she'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna say names, but he was like, oh, are you up? Can you come out to the bar? And she's like, no, I'm with Kenneth right now. No. And I wouldn't know because they're texting in Korean, but I would just be so fucking pissed off because it's that guy who humiliated me, who took advantage of the fact that he is much more tall and older and has seniority over me to bully me into like being like such a, you know, small character. And for 6 months, I swear to God, every single sarcastic comment I've made towards her or something like that was in relation to that guy. Oh, who's texting you? Was it that guy? Oh, are you going to meet that guy? Oh, and there's always this cynicism in my voice where I was like, I didn't try to hide it. I was like, don't you fucking dare meet him. I was trying to, and then one day she snapped and she had to sit me down and she was like, Ken, knock it off. Like, I'm not the type of girl that you think all these girls are. Like, I go out because my friends call me. I don't go out on my own.
And she's a little bit older than you, right?
She's a little bit older than me. Yeah. And keep in mind, this is also my first relationship, so I'm very paranoid. I've never got into a relationship because of what I've dealt with in the past. Parents, other prior relationships that are around me. It never ends well. It never ended well. My parents to this day still cannot be in the same living room. So imagine me being a kid of that perspective.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
it
going
marks.
into like a long-term relationship of now 2.5 years. Very happy, right? I cannot imagine my life without her. It's difficult to imagine how my life would have turned out. I would have still been going out. I would have never met you guys. I would never matured up. I would never just grown up and be like, I want to start my own business with a friend. I would have never done any of that. I would have just been earning my side gig, you know, doing my jobs and just earning money to just party. See, I owe a lot. But Jesus Christ, I felt horrible for her after my realization. I was like, I was a dick. Straight up. I was just like I cannot quantify the emotional abuse she must have gone through all those small jabs.
She's still there.
Up. Right, and the best part, she's still here.
Yeah.
So I feel like when we sat down one night and we aired it all out, I was like, I do not like him. And she's like, I don't like him either. I'm like, oh, well then. That was quick. But like, we aired it all out. I was like, I do not like him. Do not even bring his name up around me. Because obviously, there's an experience that I associate with him and me and her. Just like a triangle. So yeah, like, that jealousy thing that I think you brought up, it was like, it's impossible to be just like fully not jealous. I think in your case, I think yours is different because you've been through so much. But in my case, I'm so new to the game. I remember meeting him, and I even asked him, what do I get Hazel for her birthday? You know what I mean? Like, I'm still so new to this game. And yeah, like learning from two people who have been in committed relationships, it's actually a really good eye opener, like, especially from you two. Like 3 years going strong, 16 years going strong. I'm just 2.5 years just lacking.
4
years.
This November 29th will be the 4th year.
Man,
we're
congrats.
together.
How nice.
And I am the king of gifts. So Sophia is so screwed. But coming back to you, I believe that you are totally right to be jealous of some guy fucking hitting on your woman. You know, though, they say one thing. Don't fucking hit on a partner of yours from another guy, because the other party is gonna go crazy and they're gonna fuck you up. It's just normal. Don't fucking go for it.
The sad part is I wanted to fuck him up, but he's a bodybuilder. So
we've all been there.
Yeah. He's like this yoked Korean guy, and I was
You
just
should
like,
call me, bro.
I was just like,
You should call me. I go for the nuts straight away.
The only
I'm sorry, but bodybuilders don't have any flexibility.
There it is.
Nuts, motherfucker.
And he's like, where? He's like, where?
I don't care.
It's like, go for the soft shell. Soft shell.
Yeah, it was rough, man. Like, I still to this day cannot look at her in the face and be like reminisce the past, because our first 6 months.
Dude, and you know what? And you got to get past that. Because that's what a grind. No.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's all about you can't forget per se, but you've got to. It's about moving forward, because the pain was not intentional.
It wasn't. Yeah.
And what you're feeling is what we all do. It's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
It's insecurities, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? You've got to get over that, because insecurities will fuck up your relationship.
Yeah.
They fuck up every
Luckily,
relationship.
like, it's slowly, melting away. But Jesus Christ, man, I cannot explain it to you.
Just know that she's with you.
Yeah, which is
and
crazy.
And that's why.
It's
no,
a crazy
it's not
thought.
crazy. That's the and see, you know what? That's a beautiful thing to say, and it's probably more. You're probably saying it more in a gleeful way, but it's not crazy.
I
She's
guess.
with you because she's with you.
Yeah. But it's such a hard concept to wrap around. I'm not meaning to brag, but she's beautiful. I really think she's a beautiful girl, and she's like an amazing person. And then she comes to a person like me, where she decides to stick to 2 years, where before I met her, I was a party addict. I spent all my money on the wrong things, and I did not have my life together. But then she was like, that's cool. Let's take our time, and let's like slowly fix that. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, where am I going to find another woman like this? You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Yeah, exactly. So, hey, we've had talks about the future, and I feel like it's going to be a very bright one. Kids.
Your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a very bright one.
Maybe a puppy for us, but
Oh, 2 puppies. It's 2 puppies first, and then it's crazy. Yeah. How's your relationship going, you and Sophia? I mean, dude, not gonna lie, she kind of fell off the face of the earth whenever she started dating you, because my prior relationship with Sophia, we used to be like the besties. And all of a sudden she started dating you, and all of a sudden she disappeared.
Oh, I know everything
And I
about
was like-
your past and Sophia.
And I was like,
believe me, I
"Where's
heard
Sophia?
everything.
Where's Sophia lately?" And I have to just think back, like, oh, she has Tem. Like, all her energy is directed toward there, which I understand, because I'm the same
and
way.
it would take a lot of energy, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of knew the moment I met Sophia. I was like, she's the one. Honestly,
Whoa.
No, honestly,
Damn.
I saw her legs, and that's
Oh,
it.
for fuck's sake.
No, but I'm
No,
not.
but that's what drew him to her.
No, like, I'm not gonna be disrespectful or anything. I love her, but what I'm gonna say is that I thought
Her legs
she
got
was
game.
super, super beautiful, and I was so into her directly, like from day one. And I kind of knew that I had to downplay it, because when you act desperate, the other party are gonna be like, oh, you know what, whatever.
Like,
you
if
know?
you're too much. If you're too much, right?
So I was very, very much into her, and I'm still very much into her until today.
do you feel
and
like
I will
your
be.
relationship is still growing the more you spend time with each other?
Every single day.
It's crazy. The other week, I looked at her and I was like, wait a minute. I don't feel the same that I first met you. I feel like I'm more into you now. It's crazy. Like, I didn't.
No, you're absolutely right. It is. It grows more every day.
It grows more every day.
I think it's just all about finding the right person for you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the right person for the right time, for the right occasion, for the right
It's a
circumstances.
nice jacket with a good hat. You know,
Like I mean, I mean, like this. You know, like this is a really nice jacket.
but
you know,
a
like-
jacket and hat that will last every fucking season.
Every fucking
I got to tell you, one of the stories. Kevin and I, we met online.
Really?
And yeah, I'd never dated anyone online.
Of
Never-
all
and-
things.
yeah.
So
never.
pretty much we all met each other and like our. Wait, how did you meet Sophia before we dive into this?
How about Harshi finishes his story
'cause I was
first,
gonna
and
s-
then I will
okay,
go.
okay, okay.
I'd never met anyone online, and we met on this gay site, and it was not like Gaydar, one of the big ones. It was like something it was a small one, and we met. We talked for a few weeks.
Australia
we went
or
out in
Singapore?
Australia. In Australia,
Okay.
he'd been living in Australia for like 10 years, 15 years, doing his degrees, and was working there. And then we met, and went out 3 days or three times over a 2-week period, and then he finally stayed the night, right? And then I came out of the shower, and there he was going through my drawers. Yeah, my
Damn.
like chest of drawers.
Yeah.
And I sort of walked out, and the thing was, anyone else with my background would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
I looked and went, "What are you doing?" And he went, "Looking for secrets." And I went, "Oh, bottom drawer."
Oh shit!
It was just so natural, and so I'm like,
Dude.
One, he didn't jump.
Uh-huh.
He didn't look like he was hiding anything. It was like, you know what? So you fucking caught me. We're together. And then after that, I think it was that later that day. I was like, "So are we going out?" And he goes, "You seeing anyone?" I went, "No." "You seeing anyone?" "No." And he goes, "Looks like we're going out then."
That's
It was just so matter of fact.
Yeah.
And
That
then
sounds
that
like a
site,
beautiful story.
It was. It
is,
really
it
is. It was
is,
so
it is.
natural and so unfazed. And the fun thing is, he took me out our first date. He came and picked me up in Marrickville, where I was living at the time. And he doesn't drink and hates kebabs. Where does he take me? To a kebab place in Bondi, and takes me to a bar.
Wow.
You know, and he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
He doesn't drink?
No, Kevin doesn't drink.
Wow.
He did. That's why he doesn't anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he had
wow.
a big time and went, yeah, no. Not that he was an alcoholic. He drank when he was in the military. He drank so much, it was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the things I like about him. He has a line of control.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I knew it was him.
That is such a beautiful story, and it just built so much oxytocin in me. I was like, damn.
Are we using science terms
It's
now?
natural. It really was so. And I've got to tell you, in our wedding vows, the first person I want to see and the last person I want to see every day. And it really is like that. I never get tired of it. I get antsy when he's not around. He's not going to be here for 2 days. I get antsy.
Yeah, I get
I just love having him around.
I get antsy.
You know?
That's perfect. That's perfect. I think it's all about finding the right person for you. You know, we are 7 billion people, 7 plus, whatever, and there is a right person for each person. You know, so it's all about that. What was your question again to me?
How'd you first meet Sophia? Because because this first like meeting story puts it just like made mine look fucking sad as fuck.
Oh, please. There's no such thing as a side of fuck. Come on.
Like, oh, I'm gonna tell mine. And I just went, oh no.
No, you have to tell yours because it's all about, that's what makes it what it is.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask Tim like how, because okay, let's backtrack a little bit. I met Sophia before Tim, and Tim met I was before your
That's
time.
right. You guys are besties, weren't you? Like
We
you're
were
good
besties
mates. Yeah,
because, but then prior to the relationship, it ruined us.
Oh, you
Anyways.
just locked out.
Yeah.
You got locked out
So-
just now. Oh, your mic is not working at all.
There we go.
Try again.
Hi.
Yeah,
You're
there
on.
it is. It
Okay,
was
prior to him, we were going out most of the time. We hung out after school, after Shenzhen Uni.
drinking disgusting
Drinking
baijiu.
stuff. Like, she hung out with my friends.
And iced tea.
Right, I met her friends from uni. Like, we were just this. I met him. She started.
I got to ask you, maybe a dangerous question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was there any relationship
Between
you and Sophie apart from
No,
just mates?
Well, there was a little scene there, but I'm not.
You
Gonna
were always mates.
Oh, I was told a little story, but
Oh, but that was a night out. You know, like those different people.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, but this
Literally.
was this was prior to meeting you.
I don't. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was prior to
mind.
meeting you. Yeah,
Hence,
it was
I
like
said I don't
okay.
mind.
I want to preference this for.
What did I just do?
No. I want to put Harshi in this headspace. Imagine guys and gals going out alcohols. You can imagine what happens with the opposite sex, right? Things do happen, but not. I'm making it sound worse than it is, but all it was just a little, truth or dare or whatever alcohol, right? And thank fuck that I wasn't either that fucked or she wasn't that fucked. We just comfortable with each other. So it just kind of, what he said.
I would call it experimenting.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. It was just like, hey, hi, okay, like that. It was like that. It wasn't more than that. And plus, after that, we still hung out like
I said, I'm not a jealous type. Second, I don't care about
you should have third. It was
that's
fire.
Once before me.
Yeah. Good.
Anything
So again, what have I done?
Yeah.
Before me, I don't care.
Yeah. So anyways,
whatever. Dude, I wouldn't work with you if I got mad about things.
Exactly.
I work with
Of
this
course.
guy.
Of
yeah.
course.
So like,
okay.
how did you and Sophia meet? Because you were he was mystery man for months. We would
Well,
go
he is
out.
Russian.
We would go.
He's like,
You want me to name drop can I name drop a person who doesn't really exist in my life or our lives? He's just irrelevant.
Go.
Remember Surya? Okay. Yes,
I
him.
know him, yeah.
So Surya is this guy we used to go out with, and there was a thing between him and Sophia, and so we were making jokes for months, like, "Ooh, how about you and Surya, you and Surya?" And all of a sudden she goes, "I got another guy." I'm like, "Who? Who is this man? Who is this man that has taken you away from us? Our group." And lo and behold, it's this fucking asshole right here. So how'd you meet her? Like, I never actually asked for the origin story.
Okay, the origin story goes like this. So I had my economics class in my third year of university, and I had a class every Monday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Now, I would walk into the classroom, and there would be nobody there apart from my classmates, right? So then I would walk in one day, and then I see a girl sitting on a table
Damn.
with her super short shorts.
Okay.
And those legs were just fantabulous. Like, oh my God. And now I see those shorts, and I'm just like, God damn, she's hot. And
then you heard the accent.
and then I was at the time a headphones person.
Oh, wait. Let me get into this. His name was Headphones Guy. We didn't know his name.
2 years.
We didn't know his name. You know what? You know how I met him? I met him in a dive bar near Shenzhen Uni. It's this narrow ass bar, right? It was like narrow. Like all you could do is go back and forward. That's it. You can't go left or right. And then Sophia brings in this guy wearing headphones in a bar, and I'm sitting there like.
Well, this is not wearing glasses inside anymore.
Well,
It's like,
hey, he was wearing like big headphones, like open ear headphones or something. Audio Technica, I remember. And
No. It was Plantronics.
whatever.
no. We don't need to quote that name.
Yeah.
I would have gone with Audio Technica.
Yeah. So like legit, I was like, who is this guy? And I'm gonna go up to him. So we actually chatted in that bar and for a little bit. Yeah. And then I had his contact, and ever since then I never talked to him until you messaged me to work together. That's been 2 years. So
really?
Yeah. I've always known him. I've always known him as Headphones Guy. I didn't
Up until you started working together.
I only knew his name was Tem. And one night that we went out with Sophia and him, and he was there, and he wasn't drinking at the time. So when he went off to get his fucking water or whatever, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" He's like, "Oh, it's Tem." I'm like, "Tem, Headphones Guy." And keep in mind, prior to this meeting, he had long hair. So I was like, "Who's this new dude next to you?"
I got to see some photos. I've heard of this
Okay,
look.
I will show
have to
you.
see.
I will show
Yeah.
you pictures of me having
After,
long.
yeah.
My hair was till my shoulders.
Yes.
Okay, so I walk into the classroom. I see a girl sitting on a desk, and do you know what the first thing she does? She asks me what I'm listening to because I had huge ass headphones on my head,
And you went, what?
and I'm like, exactly. I said that. God damn it! You got it just right.
I'm sorry. That was more complicated. See, he just says come to something in real life. That's great. That's great.
So I'm like, she goes, "What are you listening to?" So I'm like, I take him off, and then she asked me again. I think she asked me 3 times or something like that.
What are you listening to? What are you listening
And
to? What are
I'm
you
like,
listening to?
Okay,
Fuck off, cunt.
and at that point, I really didn't really care. I was like, I'm gonna get through my college, and I'm like, do something, you know. And I'm like, I give her a phone. I give her my phone. I unlock it, and like I had an iPhone, whatever. And I show her, right? She checks it out, and she was really a little strange because she would ask me, and then she would go through the whole thing, and I'd be like, okay. And then she'd give me my phone back, and then I'd just go to my desk, and then she would walk off, right?
She was in a different class, right?
She was in a different building. So then this happened. This happened sometime in October, I think, right? So then every Monday we would meet up in my classroom and have a little chit chat, you know, and here and there and stuff like that. So we would talk about whatever, and we would talk about music, and I was having like long hair, and I was like a little hippie and stuff like that.
He wasn't a little hippie. He was the most hippie person you ever met.
I was super hippie.
Yeah, he was super
hippie.
You must have been just been released from the USSR, so the whole hippie aspect must have been very invigorating.
Yeah.
I got music.
And you know that I did not talk to her on any other days, but only during Monday afternoon pre-class time for 4 weeks. We didn't talk or any other time. At the end of the 4th week, I asked her for a WeChat. I was like, you know what? I might as well ask her because, you know, she seems to be digging this whole thing. And I asked her for a WeChat, and she gave me her WeChat. And then you know, the most interesting thing happened. She didn't respond to my texts.
Damn. She ghosted you.
She ghosted me.
Ooh. Like it.
I saw his face.
Like
He
it.
ghosted me.
I like it.
Say it again.
He ghosted me.
Now, I got really mad at her, and on Saturday, was one of the Saturdays, I texted her saying, so you don't respond to my messages, huh? And then she got super, super apologetic about it. And then she texted, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. I didn't respond to her for like a day.
Oh, well, shy you.
Wow.
Well, I know how the back and forth communication goes.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, if you're petty, but anyway.
No, but I had to make a point.
Oh, yeah, well, okay. No, your story.
Yeah,
Yes.
your story.
Yes.
Anyway, and then like maybe two weeks later, I gave her a lighter, a Zippo lighter. Okay, so I'm a guy who
Didn't even start with a big
no.
boy, big spender. Straight for the big.
And you know what's crazy? I remember the Zippo lighter. She would pull it out.
She still has it.
Yeah, she would pull it out to light up our cigarettes when we used to smoke together.
It's
Yeah.
like a gold-looking Zippo lighter. It's super heavy and all that. And I gave it to her, and you know what? The other day we were riding on the scooters, and she was like, I didn't know what to say to you. It was like a nice lighter. I didn't know if I had to hug you or not.
fair though, because you just met. Like you were not on like
just
normal
met.
terms.
You
Yeah.
gave her a lighter, man. You know, in Australia, when you give someone a lighter, you normally give your firstborn. That's like an Australian custom. I'm giving you a lighter. You can either have the family pet or my first baby.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
True shit, man.
Well, it's gonna be like that too.
Yeah. So she's gonna give you one or the other.
Well, she gave us Poppy, so you know.
Oh,
yeah.
So, we didn't really start dating, right? So we didn't date. So I really didn't like the whole online dating part.
Oh, so you weren't dating as such. You were just like communicating.
We were talking. We were just normal people, right? I would just go on with my life. And I'll tell you one piece of trivia of that time. I said I will swear that I will not have a girlfriend until I finish college because I wanted to focus on my workouts and I wanted to focus on my studies. And I did both at the time. Now, one thing that occurred was mojito cigarettes at that time when I met Sophia.
Yeah.
And that's why the lighter came in hand because I was like, okay, you know, to make this relationship sort of like a friendship sort of more valid, I will give her a gift because I'm a gift guy, you know, like I want to be fair, you know, like since you're communicating with me, I'll give you a gift, you know. So I gave her that lighter and that was along with mojito cigarettes, So that went on for a little bit until we started hanging out outside. But the funny part is, Ken.
Yep.
Ken.
Yep.
Continue. Go.
I used to go to the building that was like had a rooftop, and remember Anna Karlborg, blonde hair. So we would go out first, and like all my other friends, like James and shit like that. You remember them? And he never really liked the group I was in, like James and Sasha and some other guys, because we were the woo, So we would meet up with Sophia, and then I remember one day, Tem was there, and him and Sophia were oddly close, right? So I was like, cool, whatever. And then they go up to the rooftop, and they bring us with us, and we smoke our mojito cigarettes. Remember that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a day like during break. And I was like, cool. And then the next, like a couple days later, I asked her, like, who this guy? Who this guy? He's like, you can call him headphones guy. I was like, cool. So who the fuck is he? He's like, we just meet up for cigarettes sometimes. And then you continue the story from there.
So the story continues, and people don't really know anything about us.
Or you, because you were mysterious.
And
Right?
did you
Aloof is the word.
Yeah.
Do you
Aloof.
know that for the first year of Sophia and I relationship, she didn't know my name?
No.
Yes.
She did not know my name.
Yes. This is.
all.
I can validate this. She's
That's
like,
amazing.
I don't know his real full name. I'm like, what? Yeah.
What?
I'm that good.
Look, didn't know. So I didn't know you was Tam, or just knew you was headphone guy, or didn't know it was Tamal, or
I think she didn't ask and I didn't tell.
Yep.
It was just communication and stuff like
or
that.
was it like maybe I should know, but I won't ask.
Yeah.
Because if
yeah.
I ask, he's gonna know that I didn't. That I have.
I didn't
forgotten.
listen or something. Yeah.
So what's your WeChat though? Was your name on your WeChat?
Tem?
Yeah, but see, I see that too, and I think, is that an acronym for
Yeah.
something?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, first of all, most people can pronounce my full proper name. Therefore, I give them the benefit of doubt. So I give them the shortcut and let them pronounce
Thank you.
the short
All I can
name.
say is for most of us, thank you.
Yeah. So that's why she didn't know how to pronounce my name. So story goes like this. We hung out with one of our friends on a Friday night at a place called Hohai. You know Hohai, right? Hohai is where all the skaters went and they all like skated there and they drank.
Yeah.
So how did Sophia and I hook up? Coming back to your question.
I said origin story, but yeah, hookup. Hookup is the correct term that he's using. He's using hookup. I'm using get together.
Did you know that it happened on a dare?
On a dare.
No way.
No?
No fucking way. No, you can't. No.
It happened on a dare by a dear friend, Ellen.
Dear friends don't give you
Wait.
dares.
Tall Ellen?
Tall Ellen.
Oh my god, fuck her. Sorry.
So what happened was I was finishing up some of my work that I did that night, and Sophia was like, "Oh, we're hanging out in Hohai, blah blah blah. We want to come hang out with us." I was like, "You know what? Fine. I'll just bring some beer on the way." So I bought some beer, and I was cycling at the time. I was a cycler. Literally, I was a bicycler. Bicycler.
I'm not a cycler, as in, anyway, that's that's a different thing altogether. All right.
So I cycled for like 25 minutes to the place that they were hanging out at. So I get there and I bring some of my beer and stuff, and then they go around skating for like 30-40 minutes or so. And I'm sitting there drinking, and Sophia's there all in her tights, like those,
Yes.
the tights that girls wear, like
leggings.
leggings, of course.
Yeah.
And
No. For different reasons, I know.
so leggings happen, and I'm sitting there and drinking, and I'm thinking this is kind of boring a little bit because I'm not a skater, and I kind of have to go home soon. And this friend, Ellen, this really nice lady.
She's
Thank you, Ellen, if you're watching this. I thank you for introducing me to Sophia and daring us that night.
Okay.
So what was the dare? The dare was, why don't you two make out?
It's some fucking high school shit, eh?
That's like real. Considering you're in university, that's it's very high school.
Yes.
It's,
So it was very high school, and she dared us. We played Truth or Dare with the bottles.
Oh, classic!
you span the bottle.
We spanned the bottle.
Classic!
That's
Dude, that was the game we used to play in our group.
That's
that was the game that we used to play in our group. Yeah.
So the bottle span, and then it was a dare to make out. And we started making out pretty much, and we didn't kind of stop for like a couple minutes. I don't know why.
Because you were hooked.
And we were kind of hooked.
the bottle was still spinning. Next.
And that happened, and we kind of stopped. And I will tell you right now on air, she was a sloppy kisser.
But there's obviously something you liked about the sloppy kiss.
Recover, dude! Recover! Say something! Say something quick!
I think it had some potential. It had potential to be great.
So 3 years, it was great.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So when did you know? When did you know?
When did I know? So there was a place called Gazebo in Chicago.
And you need to wrap this fucking up.
All right.
Really?
So there's a place called Gazebo.
Yeah.
And her mother did not approve of us.
Oh my! Do not get me started
And
on the
that
whole
day-
thing.
We're not going.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
And
I know this deal. We're not going.
yeah.
And that day,
Mother has protection.
Yeah.
I said, I love you. That's all it was. And from that day onwards, I was hooked.
So you said it first.
I said it first. I said it without us actually properly fully dating. I just
So
went
I
for it.
must have met you just after that. Shortly
No.
after that.
No.
No?
We met last year.
It was like,
It was 3 years into the relationship with Sophia when we met.
Because Karen introduced me to you as the fiance.
Seriously?
Jesus.
I mean,
Please.
and-
Okay, go. Tell us a story. I want to hear it.
Well,
Let's
no,
not wrap
no,
it up.
because
Take your time, take your time.
because we were.
Take your time.
No,
Please.
hold on. Wait, we'll split this into a couple.
No. We're not going to split this into two. Listen,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't
Wow,
break
we're
this up. Go.
42
It's good. It's cool.
Jesus.
Doesn't matter.
So,
Go.
Keep going.
So look, I do remember that I was out with I was meeting a potential client or a mate of a client, and then I saw the pink fascinator, and you. Oh, Karen's here, and Karen came over. We had a bit of a chat. She goes, "Come on, meet my girl. Come and meet Sophie and her new fiance." And because she introduced
said
me,
fiancé?
she introduced me as fiance because I said to you, I said, "Oh, so you're engaged, right?" Remember just recently? Are you kidding? Remember I said just recently? I said, "Are you engaged?" And
Are you kidding?
No. So I'm. And then you told me the story that you told me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, wow, that was a bit of a 361. So maybe she's hopeful.
Good to know.
I'm not gonna give up unless if I get dumped. Okay, I can't do anything about it.
I highly doubt in this.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I highly doubt
Very
it.
highly doubt
Yeah.
it. With Poppy on the scenes. Yeah.
Once you have a child, it makes it so much harder.
Damn.
Wow, that's one of the longest episodes we've had.
But it was like
and it was a
one of the
nice
deepest.
episode because
Yeah.
actually a bit about ourselves.
Yeah.
Nice. It was
Yeah,
nice.
it was a very, very, very personal episode.
Oh, you better get to know a bit about us.
Yes.
Bit about us.
So just in case
Stroke,
any
I
of you
think.
people
Yeah, you had a
think we're dickheads, this whole story. I hope.
Well, we are assholes, but we are lovable assholes. So don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know us first. And you can do that by hitting like, subscribing, listening to the audio, watching the podcasts, and also
And
writing
sharing.
some comments.
Sharing, please share it
Yeah,
with
share
more
us.
people.
I know that in this current age, we shouldn't be sharing much, but share us.
It's a double entendre. All right. See you guys. Thanks. See you guys.
Catch you next time.
Bye.